Cherie. Yeah. Welcome to Book 101, Miss Cherie and Miss Nicole. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Thank you for having us. My name is Nicole Juarez, and I am a real estate agent here in Texas. And this is my name is Cherie Walters. I'm a mortgage lender here in Texas, and we specialize in helping people purchase homes as first-time home buyers, or if it's your 50th home buying a house, we're happy to help you, and we kind of just navigate through that process and walk you from start to finish.
Yes, people, they're having their upcoming book entitled Born to
Born to buy.
Buy.
Yes,
Yes, I am born to buy. Born to
most people
buy a
are.
house. So let's talk about the characteristic of thriving business in the mortgage or real estate industry today. What can you say about it?
I can say that it's a really questionable time for a lot of people. They're kind of not sure. Is it time to buy a house? Is it not time to buy a house? Should I wait for interest rates to drop? I can tell you for investing over the last decade, it's always a good time to invest in real estate. There's never a bad time. So finding the right team, and me and Nicole, like you've said, we're identical twin sisters. And so we've partnered together since birth, but we've been into the mortgage and real estate industry for the last decade. And we've mastered the craft of negotiating, I believe. And so we help people save thousands of dollars in investing in the right home at the right time. That
Very well
sums it up.
said. Very well said. So, how have digital platforms transformed the way real estate and mortgage businesses operate?
Well, it's actually just a ever-changing business. So whether it's digital or just showing up, usually, we have our clients that come to our office, and we sorry, it changed the screen, but we have people that come to our office, but we've also done FaceTime, and it just has opened up more avenues for clients to purchase and being able to invest in real estate, whether you're around the world, if you're out of state, that doesn't limit your opportunity to invest. And people, for example, in California, Texas, everybody wants a little piece of Texas. It's a saying that goes around the world, having a piece of Texas, and we'd love for you to have a piece of Texas. And that digital, being able to FaceTime people, apply online, it's just really streamlined the process and made it easier for people to invest.
Totally agree. Is it true that uh, if you compare to buy in California and you will buy a house in Texas, is it true that it's more cheaper to buy in Texas?
Texas is cheaper. Our price values are lower than California, so we have had a lot of clients come from California and just living the dream here in Texas now. So it's significantly different. That our average customer is saving. I mean, when you're talking about California, the price of homes are usually almost double depending on where you're at in California. But a lot of people have begun the research, and we can narrow that down even more for you, because we've been in this area for the last, I'm telling my age, but we've been here for the last 40 years. So we've been able to see what's happened in the area. We can tell you what school districts, we can tell you communities and resale value of homes. So if you're looking to invest, we're your team, just because we can kind of navigate that for you and tell you where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. And that's very important. Obviously, when you're investing, you want to see what your return, your ROI is, and we will help you do that.
Yes, for sure. In fairness, you look like 25 years old. Okay.
Ah, thank you. Thank
So,
you.
so what role does technology play in gaining a competitive edge in this industry?
If you're not using technology, there's a huge problem, because most of our clients are using social media. They're using those avenues to kind of even find the right piece of real estate for them. And so, although technology is important and it's a very crucial part, it doesn't take away, we can't discount the human part of it. And I tell people we're boots on the ground. So we're here looking at the real estate for you. We will use technology to help you see what we see, but it is a important part. But we can't discount the human aspect of real estate, because it's almost as important, or not more important, than technology, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Okay, so can you share a success story of a real estate or mortgage company that thrived despite of market challenges?
There's so many. I feel like my customers, or our customers, and would tell you that real estate is a very scary process, and they're not sure, like I said, because interest rates are high, or they're not from this area. So recently, we had a customer that was had owned a home, and a couple hours away, he was a veteran, and he says, "Well, I want to own a home because I'm moving here because of employment, but I think I'm just going to have to rent, because I talked to, fill in the blank mortgage company, and I wasn't sure I could get approved, and I'm not sure how to navigate this process." Well, Nicole listened to that story. She says, "Cherie, I'm not sure how to get them approved, but I know I can find them a house if you can find them the money." So listening to that customer, finding out, can we rent your current home? And he was able to rent the home that in the other city. And then Nicole was able to find him a home here in Texas. And so he started in 30 days. He was in a new home, and he has a piece of two properties now. He has two properties just in different areas. And so now he's able to grow his portfolio in real estate. And from that, he wants to continue to invest. And we hope to sell him another home here shortly.
Very well said, Miss Cherie. I think I mispronounced your name, Cherie. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. Very well said. So how important is branding and marketing for real estate and mortgage companies?
Well, I think it is important that you are able to get your name out there, but building a reputation with integrity and delivering on what you say you're going to do through the process will help with your branding. So I think maintaining integrity through the process is a very important part of it. Well, it will brand you, and it will become, your name will grow in the community. But we also want people to not only see in the community, but we want our brand to start being familiar with people. So they see that Nicole and Cherie, or twins, name, and then they kind of just associate that information with us, and we can help them then invest in real estate with in those ways. So branding is very important, because we need them to know our names, and be able to take them to the next level of real estate, and help them through that process.
So your upcoming book, Born to Buy, what is the best chapter that you want to share to us?
To me, I think the most important part of that book is learning the importance of communication, and investing in the team. Of, if we explain something to you, we're not in here for a paycheck. That's a byproduct of what real estate will do for you. But we're really wanting to hone in on the fact that we understand this process. We're top producers in this area, and we know that real estate is important, whether you're a first-time home buyer, or if you bought a home. Because the average person will only buy 3 homes in their lifetime. So it's just such an important process. So I think communication, you explaining to us what you need, and then us being able to deliver what you're looking for. So there will be a chapter in that book regarding communication, and if you can read that, then we'll also have the audio version of that. But we want you to understand communication. If you just tell us what you're looking for, and you're clear on that, and even if you're not as clear, because we've done this for so long, we can pick out the information, and we'll find what you're looking for. But just communication is going to be key.
Yes, in everything, people. Communication, marriage, education, family.
So very
For
interesting. Yes.
sure. Yes. Thank you for sharing your upcoming book to the world. Miss Cherie and Miss Nicole, what qualities do successful mortgage brokers or real estate agents typically possess?
Listening.
Mm,
Listening, and I think a schedule is of utmost importance. I begin my day at 4 a.m. So if you're getting up and you're beating your competition, and I say competition really is not hard because most of them aren't waking up and putting in the work. But we really focus on our schedule and getting up early to begin our day and listening to the right information, educating ourselves so that we can then pass that on to our customers. So like Nicole said, listening, of course, and I believe schedules will set you apart from all over, from any industry, just being able to manage those two things.
Certainly, listening and communication. Number one, all those are the ingredients to become successful in life. So, what role does social media play in building a successful business in these fields?
So social media, everyone has one. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those things are places where people are looking for information, and so we like to be able to provide that information. Um, And go ahead. Yeah, whether that's upcoming open houses, whether that's recent closings, or educational aspect of what loan programs are available, how much money Nicole has saved a recent buyer in a home purchase or closing costs that she's negotiated. All that all social media is providing is an outlet for our customers to gain knowledge, and so we will use that mostly as a resource to them to educate them.
So, how can new investors or entrepreneurs enter the industry and build a thriving business?
One more time, I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
How can a new investors or entrepreneurs enter the industry and build a thriving business?
Um, if you're as a first-time investor to purchase real estate, your question?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I feel like the most important purchase is going to be your first home. And that should be your first investment property because you can then, it is a primary residence and that will require very little money down. And then turning that home into your first investment property. So buy your first home. That's the most important part of it. I would explain to most people because it's just little money down. And when you go into your next purchase, you're going to need more money as equity, but we can guide you through that process. How the next home will be another home that you can use for an investment property with another opportunity to put little money down. So there's so many ways to create a portfolio, and that's what we would help you do. Is I would say purchase your first home. Let's talk about making your first purchase. Using your resources, I think, is important too. Your professionals as far as the mortgage part of it and the real estate part of it, because you want to use someone that has knowledge in that field, but not just anyone. You want to make sure that that person is knowledgeable and has that portfolio to say, okay, well, I've closed so many loans, I've sold so many homes, and they have that tenure in the business that they're able to provide that information to you so you can be successful.
Very well said, both of you. Very well said. And thank you for your inspiring answer. I hope people learn from it. Are there specific geographic regions showing more potential for real estate business success, except for
Well, and
Texas?
and that I'll tell you, our area of expertise is Texas because we're licensed in Texas. So our knowledge
Right.
base outside of that area, I will tell you, is not a lot because we don't focus in that area. But I feel like, and you can kind of do your own research there. But again, I don't see people losing money in real estate. Most millionaires are made out of real estate investments. So I would say as a whole, if you're investing in real estate and you're working with a knowledgeable team, whether that's here in Texas or any other place in this world, if you're working with the right team, they can navigate you through a good investment purchase through real estate.
Certainly. So, what will be your short-term and long-term goals as a writer as well as your profession?
Our short term goal is to actually be a little bit more involved in podcasting, doing more on social, and so this year that's what we've really focused on. And outside of that is we want to maintain having this for a long time, educating people on that process. So that's going to be the forever goal, is just maintaining that and educating people through this process. You are born to buy. It doesn't matter how old you are. I think that's the important thing. Start now. I just recently worked with a client. I think he's 20 years old, and just navigating him through that process of saying, hey, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can buy and build equity in this home, and you can rent it later and use it as a rental property later. And just educating him and letting him know that it doesn't matter your age, and you can build wealth at a young age till forever. So.
Certainly. So, what would be your advice for those people out there who want to buy their own house?
Do it now. Let's go. There's no
Don't
time
touch
like
me.
right now. It's the perfect time to purchase a home, and that would be my advice. Talk to an educated, write down questions and interview them, because there's the the average real estate agent. Give them the statistics on the average real estate agent. The average agent, they sell 4 homes a year. So, and 86%
Wow.
are out of business in the first 5 years. So we're not only in this. I've been in real estate for 12. She's been doing mortgages for 13. But we stood the test of time, and we continue to do that. So experience matters. It matters. So when you're talking to your real estate agent and your mortgage lender, ask them, how long have you been in business? How many customers have you worked with this month? What's your average turnaround time? You have to ask questions, because talk is cheap. Honestly, talk is cheap,
Yes.
and experience matters.
The older, the better, as you're saying.
And you
In the
know what?
business. In the
It,
business.
the, right. The older, the because that's also a tricky situation, because you can be in the business for a decade but only
Right.
sell 4 homes a year.
Yes.
So if your real estate agent isn't closing, I would say 5 to 10 homes a month, then that's a problem, because it's like going to a heart surgeon, and they do this on a daily basis. They're at work, and if they're only doing one surgery a month, I mean, I'm not sure that I would trust that surgeon. So or only once, every 6 months. I mean, that's a problem. So, but the industry changes so much that you have to be boots on the ground. You have to be walking through new homes. You have to be in the field, knowing what's going on with interest rates, what's going on in that neighborhood, and you need to work with a professional that is able to educate you through that.
So, what advice would you give to someone starting to real estate, as I again before? How about for the first timer that they want to buy a house?
I would say write down your questions, and make sure that you're, again, interviewing your real estate agent, your mortgage lender, but know where your short term goal. If I'm buying a home, am I planning on getting married in the next couple of years? Am I having a family? Those questions are important, because that will also tell you if you're needing to buy a new home, a resale home. Those questions your real estate agent should ask you as well, what your short-term and long-term goals are. But if you don't know that as a individual, then that's going to limit the expertise of your real estate agent. So you can say, if you're going into this as a first-time buyer, you're going to have to ask yourself some hard questions and kind of understand what you're wanting to do in the future. Are you only going to be here for a couple of years? Are you planning on moving? That will just help your team, whether that's your mortgage lender or your real estate agent. That will help them better serve you. So ask the right questions to yourself, and then return talk to your team.
So, what innovation of financing or loan structuring are helping mortgage business grow?
I would say that because interest rates are so high, what we're finding is that sellers are having to pay more to bring down the interest rate. So that's called seller concessions. So there's a way to still get into the market and buy a home at a lower monthly payment on the seller's expense. So Nicole I'll tell you, she negotiates the crap out of most transactions. And so she's going to get the most for you. And she's going to bring, if the average interest rate is 6.5, and I'm tell you that's kind of where they're at. If we're at 6.5, Nicole's customer is going to be paying Probably at least three quarters less than that, because she's going to go to the seller and she's going to ask them to pay to bring that interest rate down for her customer. So she's working on your behalf. So interest rates do not scare me right now. They shouldn't scare a consumer, because Nicole, and I'll go to Nicole and say, hey, we need X amount of dollars. Yeah. We need X amount of dollars to help this person buy a home and make their monthly payment comfortable for them. And that we tag team that, and she's in there and she starts negotiating. So don't let an interest rate scare you right now.
Yes, go and buy now, as Miss Sherry and Nicole saying. So before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, Food 101, in fifth season, people, fifth season, with Chef Alessandro, one of his specialty chef in one of five-star hotel in downtown Toronto. Please do listen to our latest episode. We are reading our letter senders all over the world. So please do listen Food 101 wherever you listen your podcast. So Miss Cherie and Miss Nicole, looking ahead, where do you see the most opportunity for growth in these industries?
I would say the most opportunity for growth is going to be, I'm trying to think what would be the best answer here, Daniel.
Renting?
Oh my goodness, please say no. No, 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 no,
No
why?
way. No
No,
way.
it's absolutely not the way to go. You triggered me. Okay, so when you say renting, that's the opposite of what we're telling you to do. It's buy now, because again, we have a way to bring down your interest rate. Sellers are paying thousands of dollars. They're losing. I would say they're throwing for 20, 30, $40,000 on helping buyers buy homes. So what's going to happen is, when you buy that house in 3 to 4 years, when the market turns around, whenever the market turns around, because nobody really knows that, but when it does turn around, you're going in with immediate equity. So it's an amazing time to buy. I would say the best time it's been to buy in years. So the answer is buy now. Again.
Buy now, people. Stop procrastinating. Buy now while the
Yeah.
market is very good. So, Miss Sherry and Miss Nicole, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. And of course, your upcoming book, Buy Born to Buy. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your upcoming book, Born to Buy?
We'd love to have you guys join us and listen to our book, or read it yourself, Born to Buy, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about navigating the home buying process.
Certainly. Where are you going to buy your upcoming book?
It will be available on Amazon and several other outlets. We're narrowing that down, and as we find out more information, we'll pass that along.
Yes, congratulations and more power, more success, and hoping for more and more and more empowering books that help the world to buy.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, Born to Buy. Please, people, support Miss Sherry and Miss Nicole. More to come, people. See you soon.
Thank you.